Motion. Here comes the quarterback, Burrow. Looking for a block, and he got it up in the front by Hopkins into the end zone. Touchdown!
Fakes, throwing to the end zone. Wide open is Higgins for the Cincinnati touchdown.
There's the sneak. Burrow gets low, driving towards the goal line. He's inside the one, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Welcome to New Stripe City, YouTube channel for diehard Bengals fans. I'm your host, Ace Boogie, and on this episode, I really just want to talk about the Bengals running game. I think a lot of people are sleeping on it. Obviously, the Bengals kind of struggled with the run game early on in the season. That's been kind of a repeated thing for them and theme for them for the past 2 years, right? We've seen them struggle the first year of Zach Taylor. We've seen them struggle the second year of Zach Taylor. So we're hoping that this is going to be the year for them to improve. And I think that they will. You got a healthy Joe Mixon back, and he's also reunited with Frank Pollock, which a lot of people don't realize. Frank Pollock not only did a lot for the Bengals offensive line, I believe in 2018, he did a lot for Joe Mixon in the run game as well. And Joe Mixon was the leading rusher in the AFC. It seems like it was a long time ago, but he was the leading rusher in the AFC, and I think that that's what he brings to the table, and I think that the running game is going to be much improved. Let's just talk about the battle. I don't think that it's a foregone conclusion that this might be one of the most exciting battles when you talk about the reserve running backs for the Bengals. You talk about my man Jacquez Patrick. He didn't get an opportunity to really shine. A lot of people are sleeping on him. Do not sleep on Jacquez Patrick. He was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. He's a bigger back. He's a guy that brings in a dimension. He's extremely athletic. Before, it's almost kind of like his career is coming full circle, because when the Bengals signed him, he was actually playing for a team in Tampa, and now he gets to have potentially his first start happen in Tampa. And when the Bengals had a scrimmage, he had a good game last season. So don't sleep on him, because I still think that he's a part of this running back room and is clearly in it. And then we have my man Chris Evans. It's funny because I interviewed both of them, but Chris Evans is a guy that is, I think, going to fill that Geo role. He can really also, I believe, line up at receiver. So I can't wait to see how the Bengals utilize them. I think that this team and this room of these running backs, that running back section is being slept on. And I think that they're going to bring a lot of different things to the table. Now, obviously, they also have some other guys there. You talk about Travion Williams, who, when they had the first practice open to the public, showed some things, but it's going to be a battle. They've got some guys at that position. I don't know how much special teams is going to play into it, but I'm excited to see what they can do. And I think that Joe Mixon is really primed for a big year. It wouldn't surprise me if he had 1,100 yards or something like that going into the season. He obviously, I think, wants to make people feel like the investment that the Bengals put in him is going to pay off. And I think that it will. If he can be a guy that is a 3-down back in this league, I think that the one underutilized aspect, and I feel like a broken record in saying this, is him being able to catch out of the backfield. Honestly, if you really look at last year before he got hurt, Joe Burrow was going to him a lot, and I think that that will continue next season. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I think that he can get at least 1,400 to 1,500 yards total from scrimmage. That's including catching and receiving. I think that Joe Mixon can do it. I think that this running game is going to be back in a big way, and they will finally arrive. And Joe Burrow just said on Training Camp Live that he's ready and excited to get Joe Mixon back. That's going to help him out. That's going to balance this offense, and the running game in general is going to be much better just simply because Frank Pollock is there. He's the run game coordinator. We saw what he was able to do. It was severely missing last year, and I think with them having Frank Pollock in the fold, Joe Mixon ready to go, guys like Jacquez Patrick waiting in the wings, Chris Evans. You also can't forget about Puka Williams. I mean, the running back position right now is going to be a fun one to watch. It's one of the positions that I'm going to be watching when it comes to this preseason game that's coming our way on Saturday. I can't wait to take a look at these running backs and see what they do. I don't know who's going to make it. It's a lot of talent there, but all I'm going to say is I think Chris Evans is definitely going to be there. I think Joe Mixon is going to be there. They obviously re-signed Samaje Perine, who you can't sleep on either because he was very solid. A lot of people slept on him. I actually liked him coming out of Oklahoma with Joe Mixon. You can't forget that they also used to be in the same backfield at Oklahoma. So this running back room has loads of talent, and I think that even if a guy gets cut from this team, I think that they'll definitely pick up somewhere else. But I just think overall the run game will be a much bigger factor this season. And those are some of the reasons why I feel like the Bengals will be better this year. When you talk about what they did last year, once they started running the ball, those were some of the games that they started to win at the end of the season. So if they put emphasis on the run, I think that the Bengals will be just fine. I think the running game would be just fine. But you guys let me know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And as usual, I'll leave you guys with a who day, all day, every day, and especially on Sunday.